Who here hates lecture classes? For those of you who didn't raise your hand, you are crazy and I'm not talking to you. But for those of you who actually hate lecture classes, what if I told you I could help you ease the hate? And actually, let's take it back to those of you who didn't raise your hand. And let me ask you this question. Do you really think they put that many students in a lecture class because they are focused on the best education possible? No, they do it because it's convenient. They understand how much information a professor can go through in an hour. And in most cases, you can ask a question here and there, but is that gonna clear the confusion for the hour? No. In most cases, people don't like lecture classes because they are bored. And what do you do when you're bored? Bullshit. You might start drawing, texting, leaving the class early, or my favorite, sleeping. I remember in my sociology class, I was so bored, and I felt like the more he kept talking, the more my eyes started to close. Of course, none of these strategies are beneficial and they lead to a waste of time, but more efficient ways to cope with lecture classes are reading your book. Even if the lecture class is boring, that doesn't mean the subject is too. I remember people used to be like, why don't you like sociology? I would be like, maybe if I knew what he was talking about, I could like sociology. And another one would be sitting near the front and taking notes. Try to be attentive, try to filter out the information and figure out what's important and what's not important. And I know that might be the hard part because you usually study what you write down, right? And what if you missed information or you didn't write enough information? That's when your classmates come in tech. You could have like you and 5 other classmates, you could have a document that you shared with everybody. They can fill in the gaps, they can add on to it, stuff like that. And the most important method would be changing your attitude. Don't go into class and be like, I don't want to be here, I hate this class, because no matter what the professor says, that's your attitude, that's how you're gonna think. So, try to be positive, be like, okay, even though I don't like this class, I'm still gonna do my best, be attentive, write down notes. And don't try to confuse coping methods with ways to get a good grade, because that's a different speech for a different day, and if you know how to do that, please talk to me after class. And most people hate lecture classes while others do like them, but I hope these methods are helpful and that everyone finds their way in lecture classes.